everybody and welcome back to Gaming on Caffeine. My name is Isaac and we are back playing some FTB Infinity for episode 43. Now, last episode we were working on Botania over here in our Botania greenhouse, and since the end of last episode, I've gone ahead and done a couple of things. The first of which is set up this little dirt outline for something pretty cool that we're going to make towards the end of today's episode that people who are familiar with Botania will probably already know what we're going to do here, but we're going to do that towards the end. The first thing that I want to talk about is this mana pool we have over here. The way this is currently set up is we have our flowers generating mana over here, then this mana spreader sends that mana to our mana pool, then this mana spreader pulls mana from this mana pool and sends it across to this mana pool. Currently, this one is full. The server has been running for quite a while since the end of last episode, so we're now getting a nice backup in this mana pool, which is also almost full, but not for long, because the first thing that we are going to go ahead and do today is make ourselves our second terrasteel ingot, and you'll kind of see why, again, towards the end of this episode. It does link in with this thing over here, so if we go ahead again and throw down the mana pearl, not the terrasteel ingot, just the mana pearl, the mana diamond, and the mana ingot, that should go ahead and get us our second ingot of terrasteel, which is going to come in very useful. They are kind of expensive, and it does use a ton of mana, as we saw last episode. You'll see that we are just draining mana like it is no one's business. But once this is done, what we're going to work on to start with today is this little area over here. So again, we have another mana pool. This one not so full, because we only have the day blooms and the nightshades over here. I did go and get some more flowers since the end of last episode to fix all this stuff up, and I don't really want to do that again. I'm kind of fed up with running around all over the place, finding flowers, picking them up, and then coming back and using them, or even making fertilizer, growing new flowers, picking them up and using them. I want that to be done for me automatically. So what we're going to do today, or what we're going to do to start with, is automatically generate and harvest Botania flowers. At least that's the goal. So if we go here into NEI and type in jaded, this flower over here, the jaded, I'm just going to call it the jaded flower, allows us to actually generate Botania flowers using mana. So this thing is fairly hard to make. It's the hardest flower we've made so far. It's made using 2 purple mana petals, a normal purple petal, a lime petal, a green petal, a rune of the spring, which is a rune of the water, fire, wheat, and I think any 3 saplings will do the trick here. Well, I'm not gonna lie, I haven't tested this. So let's have a look. Saplings, let's grab 3 of, I guess, I don't really want to use rubber tree saplings. Let's go grab 3 of our oak saplings. Thank you. And then let's give this a try. We should have the rune of water and rune of fire from the end of last episode. We do. So we'll take one of those and one of those. We've already got wheat on us. So let's see if we can get this to work here. We're going to throw you on, one of you on, and then a sapling? Was that it? It's 3 saplings. Okay, does it work? No? Do we have enough mana? I think we should. Oh, yeah, of course. We've got to go ahead and change this guy back around. So shift right click and then grab this guy, shift right click and point him at that. There we go. Okay, let's try that again. Back to function mode. Boom. There we go. Okay, so that's going to start working on that. We're then going to need, of course, that purple petal. I think we should have enough purple flowers to get this thing on the road. Let's take one of you and throw you in there. Thank you very much. And then I think we're pretty much good to go. Oh, no, okay, so we need the redstone root. This thing really confused me when I was trying to actually make this, because if you look at the recipe, it requires redstone and grass. Now, grass is never something that I've actually gone ahead and made, so I was just, like, completely baffled as to what the heck we were supposed to do there. But it turns out that shears can actually get grass. Who knew? So we'll go ahead and throw this on. That should have formed into the middle there. Oh, there we go. Okay, so if we go ahead and grab ourselves some shears, I don't think we have any lying around. Oh, we do. Wow, okay. Let's go ahead and grab those, and let's see. Does this work? It does. Wow, okay. I actually had no idea that that was a thing that you could do. So if we grab that and some redstone, we can go ahead and combine those up and get a redstone root. Nice. I had absolutely no idea that that was possible, but we're going to need 1 more mana petal, so we'll go ahead and do that. And then we can go ahead and throw you on, Rune of the Spring on, our redstone root like that, as well as I think it was just a lime and a green. Yes, we need 1 purple that's not mana, and then we just need a lime and a green, both of which we should have. That gets us lime, We'll take one of you. This gets us green. Again, we'll take one of you. And then again, we should be pretty much good to go. So we'll throw you there. You can go there. We'll right-click with our Wand of the Forest. And then Isaac realizes that that's not where we're supposed to do this at all. And in fact, this is supposed to be done over on this guy. So instead, we're just going to brush quickly over that and do something like this. We're going to go Q, Q, jump and Q. Ah, flipping. I wish the thing was a bit easier to throw into. Did we get that purple one back? I don't even know if we did. Let's take you back. Thank you. Thank you. Shift right click, by the way, if you want to grab those back. Q, Q, Q. And then I think we need one more purple petal now. Like that, as well as some seeds. You can go in there. You can go in there. Seed? Oh, what are we missing? I think I put... Oh, no, the purple one went in. Okay. Let's see if we can grab that back real quick. Then you... And then seeds? Hey, there we go. Okay, so we got ourselves this guy over here, the Jaded Flower. So, basically what this thing does is we're going to put it down about smack bang in the middle of this little square over here, and it's going to gradually pull mana from this mana pool over here and use it to grow other flowers. Now, it says in the Lexicon Botania, if we can go ahead and try and find this thing real quick. If we type in Jade, it didn't come up. You can find it somewhere in here. Is it on this page? It is here, yeah. If you look here, it says that it uses very little amounts of mana. So hopefully, it won't use all that much, but yeah, I have no idea. I don't think we're producing all that much over here anyway. As you can see here, this has been running for quite a few hours now to get to the point where it is. And I think we might have to up our mana production back here for this mana spreader and this mana pool if we want to like increase the amount of flowers that we get. But before we go ahead and put that down, I want to set up the little contraption that's going to allow us to fully automate it. I also want to go to sleep because it's pretty dark outside, and I don't like working outside when it's pretty dark. So, the first thing we're going to need is a bunch of pistons, and if I'm not mistaken, I think we need about 8 to 10. I'm going to make 10 just to be on the safe side here, like that. And basically what we're going to do is over here, by our little mana pool, we're going to throw down pistons right about there? Yeah, like there. But instead of putting them down like this, which is just silly, we're going to put them down like this. And basically what's going to happen is we're going to turn all these on so that they block water, which is going to be on this side, from flowing out. And while the water is blocked off, the flower will go ahead and plant down a bunch of flowers from Botania. And then once the water is not blocked off, using a timer from Project Red, or it might even be from, what's it called now? It's not called Project Red. It's called, is it Project Red? Yeah, it's called Project Red. It's not called Red Power anymore. We're going to use a timer from Project Red to intermittently turn off these pistons, allow the water to flow down, breaking all of the Botania flowers, at which point we'll have them picked up using hoppers and sent to a chest, and then probably eventually sent through to our AE system. And that is our grand plan for getting ourselves unlimited amounts of Botania flowers. So, let's have a look here. What I'm going to do is, to start off with, I'm going to grab a bunch of red alloy wire, which we did use earlier in the series, I think, for our drawbridges and mob farms, made using red alloy ingots, which are made by smelting red iron compound, which is made with redstone and iron. Thankfully, this time around, we can make a ton of this stuff because we have so much of redstone and iron. It's pretty cool. We'll go ahead and throw you in there. They should smelt up fairly quickly. And then once they're done, actually while they're doing that, we do need to go ahead and get ourselves a few components from Project Red. The first one is a timer. Now these things are not too hard to make, but they're pretty complex. The recipe chains are pretty long. We need 2 of these anodes, which are made using a bunch of circuit plates. Circuit plates are made by just smelting stone. So if we go ahead and just grab ourselves some of the stone that we have in our inventory and do something like this, we should get quite a few of these circuit plates here. And again, we're going to need quite a lot of these because you can see each one does require one of these circuit plates. Thankfully, that's going to go ahead and make us 3 at a time. Let's do that. That gets us 36. That should be more than enough red alloy wire to get us through the day. To be fair, 12 of these is probably also going to be enough to get us done as well. So we'll go ahead and throw those in there. And we should be able to do this if we get rid of... Oh, the AE system's full again. We'll work on that next episode. I do have a plan, but right now the AE system's pretty full. Oh, jeez. That's not good. That's not good. Let's take out... Oh, do we have any swords left in here? Yeah, we do. Let's just take these out real quick. If I do this and this, we're going to quickly grab all these swords. I really need to set it up so that all of these swords just automatically get thrown out and don't even come through to the AE system, as well as the bows from the Wither Skeleton Skull farm that we have over in the Nether. Both of these things really back up our system, but we can go ahead and really quickly just dump them into this trash can here. Be careful not to dump that red alloy wire. And there we go. Okay, that should have cleared up quite a bit of space. You can see most of those have gone ahead and turned green again, which is kind of cool. And then we should be able to throw you into there. 3 should be enough for now. Let's go ahead and make 3 of these, like so, as well as 1 of these, after we get ourselves a redstone torch. And I'm going to make a few of those because I think we are going to need quite a few more during today's little setup. 1 of those, 1 of these, the pointer, and then boom. Nice! So basically, for those who don't know, this thing is basically what it says it is. You can right-click and set a certain time interval for how often you want a redstone pulse to be sent out. For us, we're going to set it to about a minute. So about, there we go, 60 seconds. And we're going to have red alloy wire coming off here, like this, going to our pistons, and every minute we're going to have it so that it pulls the pistons down for a few seconds, allows the water to spread out over the flowers, knocking them all down. The pistons are then going to go back up when the redstone signal turns off, and the water's going to be stopped. The flowers are going to have time to regrow, and then it's going to do it and repeat it over and over and over again indefinitely until we have more flowers than the game can handle and the world breaks. But we'll get to that problem when we get there. The next thing that we're going to need is a repeater. We need a repeater, which apparently I cannot spell. We're going to use the one from Project Red Integration, not from Minecraft, and you'll see why in a little bit. But the reason we need this is to elongate the time of the pulse, because by default what's going to happen is if we just use the timer and turn off the pistons, they're going to come down, but then they're going to go back up instantly because the timer only gives a brief pulse of redstone. So we're going to use a repeater to elongate that just a little bit. Again, there's that redstone torch coming in pretty handy. Going to need 4 more of those. That should be fine. We need 2 of these. I think we only had 1, so we'll make another one. We then need another cathode, like so, and we're out of redstone torches. That's fine. We'll do that, and we'll do that again, and boom. Almost. We need 1 of these, and then we need a few more of those, and we should be good to go. Okay, so now we've got a timer and a repeater. The last thing that we are going to need is a NOT gate. And basically, this thing is pretty cool. We're going to need 3 more of these redstone torches. Again, a lot of redstone, by the way, for this thing, guys. But you'll kind of see why it needs a lot of redstone when we set it up. It is a pretty complex... Basically, for those who don't know what Project Red is, it allows you to make pretty complex redstone contraptions without, like, a ton of redstone all over the place. It kind of compacts all of the big, complex redstone machines that you see when people build stuff in vanilla Minecraft, which is kind of cool because I really don't feel like sitting down and building massive structures of redstone. So we'll get ourselves some more anodes. What are we missing now? We are missing 1 of these, and then simply some more plates. Don't want to smell all that up, because I'm pretty sure we're going to need some more stone later on down the line. Let's take you, and now I'm fairly certain that we have everything that we are going to need. So, let's fly on over here. There are some mobs. Let's fly on... What time is it? The moon's going down. It's fine. We'll fight this guy. Come on, come at me. Yep. There we go. I will fight this guy. There we go. Okay, so basically what we're going to do here is we're going to go ahead and we're going to have these red alloy cables. Can we run them underneath? We cannot. So, what we're going to do is we're going to have them run along the side here. This should go ahead and activate the pistons if we do something like this. And I'll actually bring it across and down. And basically the NOT gate, for those who don't know, there you go, they're all on, if we go and look. Like that, they're all up, so they would now block water if we needed them to. Get out of here, flipping spiders. And zombies. It's an angry zombie, get out of here. There we go. So yeah, these are all going to stay up, they're going to block water. And basically a NOT gate basically takes a negative redstone signal. So when the redstone's off on the input, it will be on the output. And then if we turn it on the input, it will be off on the output. So it basically reverts a redstone signal from on to off or off to on. Then over here, we're going to have our timer, which is there. I thought I'd throw it on the floor for a second, but I didn't. We're going to have that here, in and out. We're going to set it to a minute again. So 60 seconds, like so. We're then going to set that to a repeater. By the way, it doesn't have to be 60 seconds. You could set that to like 30. You could set it to 5 minutes, whatever you want. I just chose 60 seconds because it sounded like a kind of cool number to have. And then we're going to go ahead and set this pretty high up, about there. And what should happen now is if we do this, And I'm just going to turn this down just to kind of demonstrate what's going to happen here. And if we head back up, the pistons should stay down for a few seconds. If we don't get... There we go. Now, that's not really long enough. That was a few seconds, but I think the water's going to take quite a bit longer to flow all the way down. So what we'll go ahead and do is add another, like, tick to that. I'm actually going to add 2 more ticks to that. And then, again, if we come back up and wait a few more seconds, we should see it go down for a little bit longer. Oh, it takes a while. There we go. And then it takes a few seconds. Now, that's probably too many seconds. So, again, I'm going to kind of go there. Now, what happens now is basically it takes a long time after the tick happens for this to go into effect. It takes probably about 5 seconds after it receives redstone to give it out. But then it also takes about 5 seconds more to turn it off. So you'll see there we kind of go 1, 2... Oh, no, that was pretty good. That was pretty good. Okay, what I'm going to do, guys, I'm going to go away. I'm going to get some water from, actually, I guess, this little pool over here. I was going to go back to the sea over there, but we really don't need to. I guess we can just do this real quick. And you only need to put them every 2, every 3 like that, because the other ones will just fill in as unlimited water sources. We'll throw one there, and then there, and then on the end. And that should be a full set of there. Enough time to flow all the way down. They pop back up. Perfect. Okay, so let's go ahead and pump up the time here. Let's go ahead and bump that back up to a minute. And I'll bump it up to like a minute and 5, just so we got the time there for the repeater. And now what we can do is we can go ahead and throw down our little jaded flower. You are going to have to go 1 up from the rest. It's going to have to go kind of something about there. And I don't think 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. That is actually the middle. Nice. Okay, we're going to go ahead and throw that right down there, like that, and that should start to put flowers down all over the place. Now, we will put a few down kind of over here and around the sides. That's fine. Most of them should be, you can see, just put one down. Oh, no, most of them should be concentrated within this little square here. And then every 60 seconds, what's going to happen is the water's going to flow down, and it's going to knock them all over. Now, quick check here. How much mana are we using? We're actually using next to no mana, which I really like. So while that's doing that, let's head back on inside, because the next thing that we are going to need is a hopper. Now, what we could do is right at the end, we could have like about 7 of these normal hoppers ready to just pick them all up. But instead, what we're going to do is make a vacuum hopper, which I'm not actually too sure if we've used it all in this series so far. And I'm quite surprised at that, because I really like vacuum hoppers. Basically, these pull any item from anywhere in the near vicinity towards them. We'll take that. And for now, we'll just grab a normal chest. I don't want to grab a dirt chest. I don't want to make that mistake again. Chest. We'll go ahead and actually we'll grab an iron chest. An iron chest is just a slightly bigger normal chest as it's surrounded by iron, so we'll throw you in there, and we'll do something like that. That gets us an iron chest. This can hold quite a bit more than a normal chest, which might be required for this kind of setup. And then we're going to go ahead and throw down you like that, and you'll see it picked up all of those flowers there, and then we'll throw that there. And basically, to allow this to put its items into the chest, we're going to right-click, press O to get rid of any eye, and then just right-click to move this around, and left-click on the side where we want the items to go. We want them to go there. No, we don't. We want them to go there. Just left-click again to turn them off. Boom, boom. And you'll see as it breaks, all of the flowers just fly nicely towards that vacuum hopper there and end up in this chest, which, if you ask me, is pretty freaking awesome. You can see it's not quite working perfectly. The vacuum hopper does have a pretty big range, but not an infinite range. And it's not quite getting these ones over here, which is a bit of a shame. If we really wanted to, we could go ahead and throw down like another vacuum hopper like in this corner and in this corner, which I might actually go ahead and do between this episode and next. And I'll probably have the hoppers just go straight to item ducts, pulling stuff out of the hoppers and sending them straight through to the AE interface so that all of our flowers get instantly thrown into the AE system. But as you can see here, this is actually working pretty well. We're almost ready for our next pulse, so we'll just kind of wait here a second so you can see one full cycle happen. How are we doing on mana? We are actually doing great. It is going to require more flowers. We're still using more than we're producing, only by a little bit. But if we go ahead and throw down some more of these, that should be more than enough. Or maybe throw down another pool with the hydrangeas. You can see 60 seconds gives it more than enough time to put down a bunch of flowers, and there we go. Most of them actually got thrown into this chest here, and this is getting us a ton of Botania flowers. This will probably take me ages to go ahead and gather by hand, and now we don't have to worry. All the time when we need more flowers, we can just come out here and just get a ton of them, which I think is pretty freaking awesome. So, now that we have that done, let's move on and work on whatever the heck this is over here. So, the first thing we're going to do is we're going to grab another mana pool. So for that, we're going to have to grab some living rock. And for that, we shouldn't really be throwing our diamond drill into there. And I do really want to automate this. We might... I don't know. We'll automate this at some point, guys. Don't worry. We will get to automating the living wood and living rock so we have more of it. But we're not going to do that today. Today, we're going to go ahead and make ourselves a mana pool like so. Throw this into the mana pool to make it a normal mana pool, not a diluted mana pool. I'm going to throw it in this one like that. And then this mana pool needs to go here. And then I'm going to set this to function mode, not to function mode, to bind mode. And we're going to right click that one to there. And now all the mana in here should get moved over to this mana pool, albeit fairly slowly. So we might have to wait a while for this to move over. But basically, what we're going to build here is known as a portal to the Alfheim. Alfheim? Portal to the Alfheim? It is said that once elves used to share this world with us. And basically it goes on to say that the elves left and go to this new world. And basically to build a portal to the Alfheim, we're going to need a couple of things. We're going to need 1 elven gateway core, a bunch 8 living wood rocks, 3 glimmering living wood, as well as 2 mana pools and 2 nature pylons. We have the mana pools down. If we go ahead and click on a little bit, the elven gateway requires a bunch of living wood as well as a terra steel ingot. How much living wood do we have? Pretty much none. So let's go ahead and grab this. We might have to wait for another like cycle of living wood to be made, but that shouldn't be too big of a deal. We should have that should get like made pretty quickly. Do we have any oak lying around in our AE system? I'm fairly certain we do. Let's go ahead and grab some of that and just throw this down again real quick like so. There we go. And then we can go ahead and do something like this. So we want you just all around like that with our terra steel in the middle. And that gets us the elven gateway core. I'm 99% certain that this goes there like that. And then we're also going to need a bunch of living wood to go around it. I don't want living wood planks at all. So we'll wait for that to finish. While we're waiting for that to finish, we can go ahead and make the next set of things that we need to make. And that is these guys here, the Natura pylons, made using 2 mana pylons and another terra steel ingot, which is why we needed the second one. These things are fairly easy to make if we shift the left click. It's just 2 gold, 2 mana steel, and a mana diamond. So let's go ahead and grab 2 diamonds, because I think you make these one at a time, as well as 2 more pieces of iron. And some gold. I think that's right. Do we need more than that? We did. We needed more gold and more mana steel. Gold, we need 2 more of those. Quick check. Yeah, that only makes 1. Okay, and then 2 more iron. And if we throw the iron and the diamonds into the mana pool, we should get all of our stuff back. So, diamonds. Iron. And mana pylons. Nice. We'll take 1 and 2 of those. And then if we do something like this and terra steel, we get ourselves 2 nature pylons. Now these need to go directly above the mana pools, like so. And this thing is being really slow. And I kind of wish it would be faster. But once that's done, we can go ahead and grab ourselves some more living wood. And I think we're going to need even more than this, so we'll go ahead and throw down a bit more. And now we can actually start to construct the portal. So, in all of the spaces here that I have dirt, all 8 slots here need to be replaced with living wood. Like so. Now, in the slots between all of those, so these 3 empty slots that we have now, we need to put glistening living wood. And if we go back into the Lexicon Botania here and go back with this arrow and then go forward, we can see that glimmering living wood is made. Actually, it doesn't tell you over here, but if we go back all the way over here and we look, basically it's just glowstone. I'm just going to tell you, it's glowstone and living wood. So we do need to wait for this thing to finish, and we also need to wait for this guy to finish moving things over, sharing mana to items. Yes? I hope that's the right one to have it on. Accepting mana. Yeah, I think that's right. But basically, we need to wait for this thing to go and fill up with mana, because if we go ahead and have a look over here, right at the end, it does say that to open the portal, this is the portal, by the way, to open the portal, simply right-click the core with the Wand of the Forest. The portal requires a substantial amount of mana deposited in both pools to open up. After that, it slowly drains some mana to keep itself powered. If it runs out of mana, it will be closed. Now, it does also go on to say, I think over here, that the amount of mana required to open the portal is orders of magnitude higher than to keep it maintained. So it's really worth it to kind of just leave it open instead of trying to close it and open it back up when you need it. But I don't think we have the mana production or the mana to keep it open for that long. But what we're going to do is we're going to make it, and we're going to use it for what we need real quick, and then we're going to probably have it closed again real quick on us as well. Now, there's no specific amount as to how much mana we need to have in these mana pools. I'm hoping that about half a mana pool worth of mana in each one of the mana pools will maybe be enough. Like I said, I haven't really tested this. I just read what it said in the Lexicon Botania, and hopefully, I'm just kind of hoping it will work. I don't really think our sentence made too much sense, but let's go ahead and grab some glowstone from our AE system, like so, and we should be able to make ourselves some glistening living wood, which is just like that. Boom, boom, boom. Or glimmering living wood, should I say. And then we'll go ahead and replace you, and you. And now what we need is enough mana in this mana pool to actually do stuff. So, what I'm going to do, guys, why are you not feeding me? Do they both have to be on my hotbar? Oh, do I have to right-click? I don't know if it didn't want to work there, but it's working again now. How are you doing? Do we have a lot of stuff? We do. Lovely. Look at that. Look at that. We've also got all these extra ones just lying around in the corners here. Okay, so basically, guys, I'm going to go away now. I'm going to wait for this thing to actually finish moving all the mana over from this mana pool to this mana pool. I'll be back in a second. Okay, so a little while later, we're still waiting for the mana pool over there to fill up entirely, but look at this. Look at all these flowers just moving along nicely. So basically what we have now is we have another hopper down here, another one over here, and all of these item ducts which are ready to pull. You can pull straight out of a hopper, which I didn't know whether or not was something you could do, but apparently you can. And basically now everything's just going to get pulled out and sent along these pipes all the way down underground. It kind of goes round, 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 and into, I'm just going to go down the little water thing here. And into this guy, this little interface here, and then they should all eventually end up deposited in there. You can see the item ducts coming around just underneath the earth there. Gonna cover that up so we can't see it. And everything should just get deposited into here and be absolutely fantastic. This guy, I put another mana splitter down over here, so we are now pulling slight bits of mana from this mana pool, because I'm fairly certain we don't need that much. And I think I'm actually gonna give this a test. We're not quite at halfway, but like I said before, I have no idea how much we're actually going to need. Now, one thing I do know we're going to need is a couple of these mana ingots. So, gonna grab, I think 5 of those. Let's give this a try. Oh! 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 It works! It works! We got an achievement. Okay, so this is the portal. The first thing we're going to do is throw the Lexicon Botania through it. Look at that! It gives us back a new Lexicon Botania. It says something here. And it basically says, "Greetings. We noticed that our portal was opened via a link from another world. That's rather shocking news indeed. We thank you very much for providing us with this repository of the knowledge from your world to keep us up to date with what happened since we left. Yada yada yada, a bunch of other stuff. They say they want to cooperate with us and a bunch more stuff. And basically, we now have extra knowledge and research in our Lexicon Botania of a bunch of other stuff. If we go back to this one, instead of just having the portal, we now have all of this other stuff that we can make, as well as the ability to do this. If we throw Mana Steel through, we should get these cool little ingots back. Look at this. Elemental. I think we get one of these ingots for every 2 we throw through. So, let's really quick do one more of those. And apparently it takes a lot less mana than I thought to A, start this thing up, and B, keep it running. There's our other one here. Yeah, this is really not using all that. Okay, I think that is draining pretty quickly. And that one's draining as well. We can get rid of this thing now. We don't need this down anymore. There we go. We can continue to have this go on, and that should go on as well. Like I said, it's probably going to use up all of our mana. When we come back next episode, this is probably going to be turned off. So, what I'm going to do real quick here, actually, is can we do this? The main use that I know of for this portal, the main reason I got it, is so I want to do this. I just want to get a bunch of these, Oh, come on, please tell me that works. Did I just throw a bunch of iron into the abyss? Come on! Really? It's fine. We got 12,000 iron, but I would rather have not just thrown a ton of that into nothing. Let's throw another stack in there. That should give us 32 of these elementum ingots back, and you can just get out of here. Watch now. We'll just get a ton back because we threw so many through. I'm not sure if it like uses mana to convert them. Could I get one of those back? Please? It really doesn't want to give us those back. Is there like a set limit to how much we can do this? What's this ingot called? It's called Elementum. Or Elemental Ingot. And I have no idea how that works, or if we're going to get anything back there. But, yeah, that's that. The reason I want to get this is because now we can do a bunch of really cool stuff with these ingots, including making the Conjuration Catalyst, which is going to be really useful later on down the line. But basically what I'm going to do now, guys, I'm going to go ahead, I'm going to kill these zombies so that I don't die myself, even though we've got our draconic armor. We're not going to die anytime soon. I'm going to stand around and wait and see if this thing actually gives us any stuff back. We can't pass through the portal, which is a bit of a shame. I believe it's not powerful enough for us to pass through it. But with that, guys, I'm going to end the episode here. Hopefully, we get some mana steel back, some Elementium back from all that iron that we just threw in. But, again, thanks for watching. If you did enjoy the video, be sure to like, and I will see you guys next time.